Hey guys, what is going on? It is RC Knockout and I am back with another video. Now if you are new to my channel, my name is Nolan. In today's video, I have got the 100mph Traxxas Slash Project out with me. And this is the day, guys. This is the day we're gonna go for another 100mph attempt. The last time I came here, the mistake I made was it was very windy and there's a very bad side wind. So crosswinds, that might have been part of the reason why it lifted. Today, the winds aren't too bad, just a very slight breeze. Last run video, we didn't even do very good. It got like 70 or 72 miles per hour. The fastest we've gone with this 100mph Traxxas Slash Project is actually 87, but that was still running a Traxxas Slash body. We've actually gone slower running this Proline supersonic body. So hopefully in this video we'll make up for it because this is supposed to be a high-speed body. First off, big shout out to RcHackers because they sent me these batteries in the mail to test out, which is very helpful because I'm spending a lot of money on my YouTube channel. I kind of voiced that and let you guys know what was going on in the previous video. Put a card in the corner if you want to see that. I kind of ramble on a bit in that video, we're running these 3 cells rather than the 6S pack because previously I was running a 6S pack just on one side and people were saying that's pretty unbalanced. So I'm going to want to balance it back out. So when they reached out to me, I asked them, hey, do you got any 3 cells that got the EC5 or IC5 connectors? And they said, you know what, we do. So they sent me 2 of these 5200 milliamp RcHacker packs. They're ADC discharge rate 3 cell. They're Hardcase packs with the EC5 connectors. So one on each side should balance this thing out. I'm gonna go ahead and leave these batteries linked down below. I'll also leave a link to their website. Big shout out to them. Now, we had a pretty big crash the last time I was here. Took a huge chunk right out of the Lexan. So I literally gorilla taped a piece of Lexan in here and also taped up right here where there's a pretty decent crack, and then also glued right here where it had cracked the Lexan. And then I also added this like rubber, I don't know, it's like a weather stripping type thing. I bought it for my 1/5 scales. It's supposed to go around the body. You're probably supposed to adhere it with glue or adhesive, but since I don't know if it's gonna work, I just have it gorilla taped on loosely, and that'll hopefully help with that seal right up against the splitter. But for a little extra assurance, we're also going to gorilla tape this. Once I get the batteries in, we're going to gorilla tape this directly to the splitter, possibly even along the sides as well. Now I'm glad I went and looked at this thing because I found a bearing that had gone bad in the rear hub carrier because I noticed when I was shaking the wheel there's a fair amount of play. So I went and investigated. Sure enough, there's a bearing that had fallen apart. Got that bearing out, put a new bearing in. We're still going to be running these GT8 contact foams. They are mounted on the Schumacher Revlite wheels. We should have some pretty good grip with these foams. This is, of course, a Proline supersonic body, which is supposed to be like a Bugatti Chiron. I painted it up myself, as you can tell, because it looks terrible. I stiffened up the rear suspension quite a bit. I literally have it stiffened up as much as I can. I know a few people in the comments said I need to put stiffer springs on the back. I didn't do that, so hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt me. But they're as stiff as they can be on the back. Oh! Futaba, I changed up my transmitter and receiver because we're running out of range here. And my experience with Futaba, since I run this on all my 1/5 scales, this has about the best range of any radio system. So I put a Futaba T3PRKA 3-channel system in, and that should hopefully give us some extra distance with our controller. So that'll give us even more time to build up to that 100mph mark. It also has a sensitivity thing. I believe it's this dial right here. You can spin this and this turns up and down the sensitivity of the steering, which is very helpful because one thing I've had an issue with is keeping the RC tracking straight because every little thumb movement I give to the actual steering makes the car go all over the place. So I wanted to basically numb the steering as much as possible, which I should be able to do with this, and hopefully we'll get good range. I got it recalibrated to this new transmitter and receiver. So let me go ahead, get those 3 cells hooked up, and we will jump right in this video. Today we're going to also be using my GNSS speed meter and hooking this up, and I'm going to actually tape it directly onto the machine because if we do crash, I don't want to lose this in the ditch because it's so easy to lose track of something. Like even if you see exactly where it crashes, it's so difficult under all the foliage, under all the grass to actually find something. I've broken stuff. There's still pieces of my RC car laying somewhere in these ditches. By the way, if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't seen this build series, I highly recommend you check it out from start till finish. Well, we're not finished, but from start till now. I'll put a card in the corner. This started out as a stock Traxxas Slash 4x4 Ultimate, and it's basically turned into a full-on speedrun car. Now I'm hoping we don't crash it today. The last time we crashed it, I shattered the front splitter. I also broke the rear diffuser, which the unfortunate thing about this plastic is it is very brittle. Now this aero kit I bought is actually made specifically for the Proline Supersonic body. So this body drapes up over this perfectly, but for a little extra assurance, we're gonna tape it to make sure it's sealed off so no air gets in. Real quick rundown on the system if you're new. It's a 2200 kV brushless motor out of an Axial Yeti XL, so that's a 1A scale motor. I'm running a 34 tooth pinion and a 54 tooth spur gear. We also have got the center diff out of the Traxxas Haas in this machine. And I have that hooked up to a Spectrum Firma 150 amp ESC, running the IC5 connectors, which are compatible with the EC5s. I'm going to have to take this jumper out because we're going to be using both of these plugs. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else really going on. I stiffened these up, as you can tell by how far I have these collars turned down. I have these springs as stiff as possible on the back, so hopefully that'll be helpful. But let's go ahead, let's get these 3 cells in. I've got my GNSS speed meter set to record the peak speed in miles per hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape this on somewhere. I'm thinking probably back here. I'm just gonna tape it. Got my GPS taped up, so hopefully it doesn't come off. It's zeroed out. In hindsight, probably should have moved these little blocks a little bit further back. So these batteries, because if these batteries move forward, I still don't think they're gonna come out though. So hopefully it'll be good, but didn't think about that. So let me go ahead and get the body on. Tape up the front splitter, tape up the sides, and we'll go for a pass. Got my transmitter turned on. Let's go ahead, let's power on the RC. See how the steering angle, that's as much steering angle as I have right there. That's kind of what I want. So no matter how much I turn it, for the most part, it's gonna track straight. Now we don't have TSM or any type of gyro with this system, but hopefully we aren't gonna need it. This is it, guys. I got the front of the splitter taped up. I got the side taped up, so once the road clears, we're gonna make a pass. So wish me luck. I think here's the first pass from this direction, guys. And here we go. Still feels a little loose to me, but spin it around, make sure it's clear. Another one from this direction, here we go. On the brakes, turn it back around. Another fast one from this way, here we go. On the throttle. Almost lost control. One more pass. All right, that last pass was by far our best. And I think I'm just out of range. Yeah, I was just out of range, I think. All right, let's bring you in. Let's see, guys. That last one looked fast. Let me take it off the side and we'll check it. I have to get this tape off is what I have to get off next. That probably made a difference. That probably was a good idea, but not ideal having to tape it every single time. I hope it picked up a top speed. Gosh, I'm gonna work on this off camera. I'll be right back with you guys. All right, guys, finally got that tape off. That tape was actually very difficult to get off. I hope it picked up a top speed. Please tell me it picked up a top speed. Please tell me it's at least a record. It looked pretty fast. A few of them did anyway. What did it come up with? 84. That's fast, but that's not what we need. I think I'll probably have to tape it back up and we'll try it again. All right, guys, we're going again. This time I decided not to tape up the sides just because that tape's so hard to get off, but I did tape up the front because that's what I'm worried about the most. So once it's clear, we'll try another pass. I zeroed it out again. So 84, that's our second fastest pass, fastest with this body. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this whole 100mph Traxxas Slash Project, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when we come out with the next video. I just want to get a good clean pass in and not crash this car. We got one clean pass in, but that wasn't fast enough. You know, 84, we're going for triple digits here. Otherwise, the car's feeling good, but usually right after I say the car's feeling good, that's when I crash it. So I don't want to get too hyped up or too confident. Right now, like on the braking end, that's where it feels the sketchiest. So once this car goes past it, then we will make a pass. All right, we're gonna take her down that way. I'm standing a little bit further down now. Right about to there, looks good. Spinning around, looks clear. Here we go. No! Crap, and we got a car coming. Body, Lexan body broken. Splitter, no, this is diffuser, broken. Crap, guys, it went airborne like crazy. And that down here in this freaking culvert. I gotta get down there and grab it. Just look at the state of the splitter. Literally, it's the tape holding the splitter together. This is in bad shape, guys. It's in pretty bad shape. I was feeling confident, but once I got up to full throttle, it just went airborne. That's even with the front taped up. Part of the reason why the splitter actually stayed partially on is because when the Gorilla Tape held it, some of the splitter fell off. This is some of the Lexan off the back. Well, let's get the body off and see if GPS is still on there at least. Let me get the mic flipped around. Well, battery came out. Splitter completely busted. Diffuser busted, but I think we have all the pieces. I hope. And this thing's gross because it literally ended up in a ditch in a culvert with like, gosh, I don't even know what that is. Well, let's check the GPS. It was once I got full throttle. As soon as I got it to full throttle, it just went without warning even. I'll have to put that in slow-mo for you guys, but I didn't expect it to go airborne like that. I had the front taped up. That was my main concern, air getting up under the front, but it somehow must have lifted the car. Gosh, I'm very bummed out right now. Let's see if we at least beat the 84. Good thing I taped the GPS on. We did not. 78 miles per hour. So guys, this pass today was a fail. I broke this. Actually, I think I'm still missing a piece because where's the rest of the splitter? I'm still missing part of my splitter, or part of my rear diffuser's gone. I don't know where that went. I'll have to look around for it, probably in the ditch. Otherwise, it looks like we have most of the front splitter right here, I think. 78, so the most we got was 84. That is not good. It did feel more balanced though, so the 2 3-cell packs possibly made a difference with balance, but once we get up to a certain speed, just went airborne. I don't know what to say. Please show your support by hitting that like button, subscribe, hit that bell. I just feel kind of defeated because I spent so much time going back to the drawing board. I thought I had this thing dialed in, I don't think that was wind. I mean, the wind's not that bad. What I have to do, come on a day when there's no wind at all, I have to go look for the rest of the diffuser. The diffuser broke. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have to go back to the drawing board. Let me know what you guys think I should do down in the comments below. I have spent the better part of 15 minutes looking for the diffuser. I don't know where it went. I don't know if it went down in the ditch, but look at how thick this grass is. It's almost impossible to find anything. I don't know. I now don't have all the pieces of diffuser, so that's a major bummer. It's somewhere in the grass. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Back to the Jeep. Realized something else broke in the crash, guys. Something probably with the rear diff, because I looked, all the drive shafts are still good. Let me rev it up. Unless it's just the diff cup, because I can see the center diff is spinning. Center diff is spinning, but this Techno drive shaft is not spinning up to the front. Maybe I'm fortunate, maybe it's just a drive cup that came off up there. Otherwise, it's a rear diff problem, because both these diffs, or both these drive axles back here are good. So hopefully we'll be able to get most of it back together, but this has been a very disappointing run. Makes me really not want to bring this thing out, like, again, ever. I just got back from that speed test with the 100mph Traxxas Slash Project. Right there at the end, it lost all drive. I wondered why. Took apart the rear end. All this stuff came out, which is soaked in oil. And basically, the center diff cup broke. And I think the spider gears are all shot now, too. So that's why we don't have any drive anymore. So that's another fix I'm going to have to do.